Sup guys, Christos here and welcome back for another video and welcome back for another side hustle and passive income report. This is a series that I record on the first of every month to report my income for the previous month in a bid to be fully transparent with you guys, as half of my channel is all about making money in your spare time. Today I'm going to be reporting for the month of June 2021, and today's episode is actually going to be super interesting because I had something that doesn't normally happen throughout the month, and that is 90% of last month I actually did zero work, and this is for a couple of reasons. Number one, I had my dad visiting from America. Number two, I spent 3 weeks digging up my back garden and completely transforming it. I'll throw the before and after pictures up on the screen right now. And then number three, at the end of the month I was a little bit ill, so basically 90% of that month, bar maybe 2 or 3 YouTube videos that I filmed, I have done absolutely no work. So all of the income that I'm going to be reporting in this month has been from work that I've maybe done in previous months, but the main thing to note is that all of it is going to be pretty much completely passive. But anyways, let's stop waffling on. Drop a like on this video if you like this style of content, and having said all that, let's jump into my report. Alright, so if you've seen this style of video from me before, you know exactly what this is. This is my income report sheet that I share all of my incomes on. As you can see, we've got my 6 main streams of income that I have. I have grouped some into some blocks and things like that just to make it easier to present for this video. And basically what I'm going to do is go through all of these in no particular order and give you some talking points on each one on how I made that money, and then we'll do some total incomes at the end of the video. So let's start off with my affiliate business this month. So as you can see, I group all of my affiliate incomes into one simply because I don't want to go through all of them at once because we'll be here all day. And this month I earned £1,859 from my affiliate commissions, which is a little bit up from last month, which I'm very, very happy about. If we just go ahead and check last month, yes, it was £1,144. So that was really, really good. I'm really, really happy about that. Obviously with the total here, that is obviously going to be the same. So really, really good month for my affiliate business. And like I said, talking about passive incomes, this is very much a very passive income stream that I have. You very much put the work in up front with videos, blog posts, promotions on social media and stuff like that. And then if people do decide to watch your content and then click on the affiliate links, then of course you're going to get that money. It's not something I have to actively go and look for. So that is really good. Let's move on to my dividend incomes this month, and I can't actually remember how much I earned from ISA stocks and shares dividends. It was, that was quite a nice one, £73.97. Coming back to think about it, this is probably the highest that I've had in a single month from my ISA stocks and shares account, and these are all coming from my ETF investments. So I invest in the S&P 500 ETF and I invest in a FTSE 250 ETF, and they both came in the same month for me there. So that made that up quite nicely. In terms of my trading 212, this is just my individual stocks. A lot of these are growth stocks and they don't pay dividends, but I do believe I did get a little bit of money, which was £1.65 from my investment into Walmart stock. It's not very high at all. But yeah, total income for dividend payments this month was £75.62, which I'm very, very happy about. I'm pretty sure out of all the reports that I've done, this is definitely the highest that I've ever reported in terms of dividend incomes. And the greatest thing about this is because you're doing investments up front, it is 100% passive. You do absolutely zero work. I just invest a set amount into my ETFs every single month and completely forget about it. So that's really nice to actually see a nice figure there. Let's move on to something just to get it out the way. My rental property, speak about this all the time. Basically, I have a city centre flat and it rents out for £1,140 per month. But obviously there are fees, there are bills to pay on top of that. And it's pretty much the same income that I receive every single month from this, unless I was to have to go and do some repairs or anything like that. But once again, this month I've been very lucky and I've had no extra payments to go and make on that property. And the total total rental income was £900, and as you can see, the actual fee that I get given to me is £1,140, but obviously, like I said, I have to pay bills on top of that. So when we add our total up for that month, it's of course just going to be £900. So we get that one out of the way. Let's move on to my YouTube and blog. So one of my main incomes from my YouTube channel directly is the AdSense. Of course, this is where YouTube pay me money every time you watch an ad on my channel, or any kind of, you see any ads on the side. I do get a very, very small amount from YouTube, and I'm talking very small, but over time with views, it does obviously build up. And this month with YouTube, I earn £415 from the AdSense program. One thing to note on this, actually, this is one of my highest payments, and like I said at the start of the video, I only filmed a couple of videos last month. Well, in comparison to what I actually filmed in previous months, like in May, I was filming almost daily videos, and I don't think I even reached this. So one thing that happens is YouTube fluctuates in terms of how much they are paying their content creators based on how much they are receiving from the companies for their ads. So it must have gone up quite a little bit this month, because my views have gone down because I'm not producing as much content, but the quality of my views have gone up. So that's really nice to see. I did one sponsored video this month, once again from the same company, and that was £300 in income. Let me just fix that. Pop that like that. £300 in income, and I did 0 sponsored posts. So in terms of Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, I did 0 sponsored posts for any company. Sponsored posts is something that I very, very rarely do. So £0 on that. Total for this month, let me just reveal that, I'm sure you can work it out yourself, is £715, which isn't bad. When I take a look at my kind of affiliate business and my YouTube and blog, not taking in anything else, that actually pays me more than my old job. So just being able to see those two numbers added together makes me feel really happy, because obviously doing this full time, it can be quite stressful in terms of having to pay the bills. And especially last month when I'm doing no work, I constantly had it in the back of my head that I need to do some work, otherwise I could lead myself into hot water. I shouldn't be taking this for granted and all of that. But seeing those kind of numbers when I haven't done much work doesn't motivate me to do less work in the future, but it makes me feel very, very proud of myself that I built those things in advance, and I basically put all of that hard work up front. All right, so let's move on to my other/miscellaneous section. And one thing to note about this is that I have my coaching business and ebook sales within this. One thing that I'm probably going to do either next month or maybe the month after is actually break this out into its own income stream. So we're going to have 7 on the screen in the next couple of videos, simply because I'm mainly focusing quite heavily on this business, and I believe it should have its own section and give me some talking points to mention about it. But this month has actually been a really good month for my coaching business. Now, I did mention that I said 90% of my working month I spent not working at all, and 10% of it I did some work. I would say pretty much the entire 10% went on my coaching business, like I said, bar a couple of YouTube videos. And this month with my coaching business, I made £537. This is purely from my 60 and 90-minute consultation calls that I do. Now, some may argue that £537, I did, oh God, I can't remember exactly how much I did, but I charge about £70 for 90 minutes, and a lot of people will argue that this is quite low. But one thing that it does for me, which is really helpful, it actually helps me in a way, is that being an internet entrepreneur can get quite lonely, and just being able to speak to people and have that one-to-one interaction is actually really nice for me as well. And I absolutely love doing my coaching calls. It's something that I look forward to throughout the day if I've got a call on in the evening. So £537 that I earned from it, and the fact that I enjoy it so much, I think is a really good way of making a nice little bit of side income. So like I said, in the next couple of months, we're going to break this out and talk about this a little bit more in depth. Ebook sales is just something that I have passively come in. This month I had £23, so that was 2 ebook sales, I believe, when you take off the fees. Freelance work, I don't believe I earn any money. I can't remember doing any freelance work. No, absolutely not. One thing that has been good this month, however, is the cashback. So In the previous months, I've been pretty much reporting £0 cashback, £0 cashback, maybe £5 or £6 in cashback. This is simply because I'm letting it all build up in my cashback account. But this month I decided to take a little bit out, and I decided to take out £200. And what I did is I took these out in the form of a gift card. I took £100 out in an Amazon gift card, and I took £100 out in the form of a restaurant gift card. This way I don't have to pay tax on my income, because this money isn't coming into my bank account, it's just being sent to me in the form of a gift card. So a little tip there, not tax advice, but this was really nice. I'm going to be able to go out for a nice meal, and of course I've already spent my money on Amazon pretty much upgrading this equipment. So that was really good to get some nice cash back this month. I probably will take out a little bit more next month as well, because I still have quite a bit sitting in that account. But total in terms of the other / miscellaneous section is £760. All right, so last but not least in terms of the income streams is my Amazon FBA and eBay Facebook Marketplace, basically my reselling business. Now, like I said, I have done hardly any work on any of my income streams this month, and this one counts as well. I've pretty much done such a minimal amount of work in these businesses, and I have absolutely no shame in admitting that. Basically what I've done is maybe I spent a little bit of time sourcing. I think it was about an hour or two. I sent in one box, which was very minimal, and I'd done a little bit of repricing through my stock on my marketplaces. But basically I've done zero work, and the figures that I actually managed to earn from this month actually quite surprised me, considering I did zero work. So let's load them up quickly and talk about it a second. So basically I made £761 in profit for this month on my Amazon FBA and eBay businesses. Now, that may look a little bit low to you, and you may be thinking, Christ almighty, Christos, you're used to doing like £2,000 a month, £2,500 a month. But like I said, guys, I have done absolutely no work, and like I said in my previous videos, I only pay myself £750 out of that business anyway. So I look at that and think, I have done absolutely brilliantly, considering I have done no work. And that goes to testament of all the work that I've done up front. The fact that when I even look at my household bills, if all of these other income streams didn't exist, I would still be able to just pay my household bills with my Amazon business. But like I said, this is going to change a lot going forward in the future. It was only a one-off blip. I'm already sourcing products again for my Amazon business. Now that the garden's done, now that my dad's gone back to America, it's time to really concentrate on building this one back up again. And I'm hoping next month we're going to be seeing figures back over £2,000 in profit. In fact, I'm pretty sure we are, because I'm going to be spending very heavily. So that was my Amazon business. Like I said, hasn't been the best month in terms of looking at it from a bigger picture, but when you actually look at it and break it down, I've done absolutely no work on this business this month, bar doing a few admin things and a tiny bit of sourcing new products. And I'm very happy with it. As for private sales, I've done zero private sales this month. Yeah, not really doing much private sales at the moment. And then the total for this month was £761. Okay, so that pretty much completes the top half of this form. They are my 6 areas where I receive most of my income. Now let's talk about how much I actually made for the entire month in combined income. One thing to note before I reveal this number, this is pre-tax, and this doesn't include any of my expenses. Just like I mentioned in my other videos, my notable expenses are actually quite low. I don't spend any more than £200 to £300 a month on expenses, but I'm not including them in this video. This is all about the income that I can bring into my account. And the total income that I made in June 2021, whilst not doing pretty much any work, so it was all pretty much passive income, was £5,068.97, which I am absolutely over the moon about. When I compare it to May, when I was actually putting a lot of work in, I made £3,723. When I compare it to April, I did obviously make a little bit more in April, but when I compare it to March, it was lower in March as well. I think a lot of this was I was actually putting a lot of work in May up front, and you didn't see the results here, but the results were delayed and they came through for June. So one quick lesson there is that when you are working for yourself, When you are working on your own business, you may not see those results straight away. It's not like when you work for a job, you work a day, you get paid. You work a day, you get paid. Working for yourself and building a business takes a lot of work up front, and sometimes the payments are delayed. And I think that's exactly what's happened here. Like I said, I've done absolutely zero work pretty much in June, and I've hit my second highest ever month, which absolutely blows my mind. But yeah, just like I mentioned, this is before tax is taken off, so don't take this number as a literal figure of stuff that comes into my bank account, and we've got expenses and stuff like that as well. When I compare it to last month, even though you did see it, but let's make it official, of course I made £3,723, and the difference between the two was £1,345.75, which means we are quite a way up on last month. But like I said, I'm pretty sure most of this is because I put the work in May, and I'm going to see the results in June. One thing that will be interesting is when I report next month's report, because I've done absolutely zero work in June, will I be able to match this or maybe even beat it? I think it might be a hard feat, but we'll see how we get on. Anyway, that was the video today, guys. I hope this video maybe inspired you or helped you in any way, shape or form. Of course, if you did like the video, please leave it a like down below. Comment on it if you have anything to say. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see my further income reports in the future, because I fully plan on doing this for as long as I possibly can. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.